Sports betting fans, huge hello. Your sports betting advisor Tips and Streams is here again. COVID-19 instances have increased in the NBA this month, affecting the availability of dozens of players and forcing the league to postpone many games. Outbreaks are being dealt with by a number of teams. 7 games had been postponed as of Sunday. 5 of the postponements were announced on Sunday, affecting 9 different teams' schedules. It's still unclear how many games will be played today. But we're going with what's hot right now. What do we have today? We have predictions for 6 NBA games for December 20th. Before we get started, go to tipsandstreams.me and sign up for our newsletter to receive our daily sports betting predictions in your inbox, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with all our betting tips and picks. So, let's get started. The opening matchup pits Philadelphia 76ers versus Boston Celtics. After a 114-105 loss against Brooklyn on the road, Philadelphia has lost 3 in a row. Philadelphia ranks lowest in offensive efficiency this time, scoring 102.5 points per 100 possessions while allowing 115.7 points per 100 possessions on defense. They are averaging 105.6 points per game on 45.7% shooting, allowing 106.7 points per game on 45.3% shooting, and allowing 35.8% shooting from three-point range, while collecting 41.8 rebounds per game. Boston has won 2 of 3 games at home this season, including a 114-107 victory over the New York Knicks. With 115.8 points per 100 possessions on this homestand, the Celtics are 6th in offensive efficiency. They're averaging 108.5 points per game on 44.4% shooting, allowing 107.3 points per game on 44.2% shooting, and allowing 34.3% shooting from three-point range, while collecting 45.7 rebounds per game. This game is likely to be postponed, but if it isn't, pick Philadelphia against the spread. The next game is Houston Rockets versus Chicago Bulls. The Houston Rockets have been in a funk, having lost 4 of their last 6 games, but they'll be keen to get back on track following a 116-107 away win against the Detroit Pistons. The Rockets have allowed 120.6 points per 100 possessions in their last 6 games, ranking 29th in defensive efficiency. They are scoring 106.4 points per game on 44.9% shooting while allowing 112.9 points per game on 45.7% shooting and 33.7% shooting from three-point range. They are also grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. At home, Chicago has won 3 straight games. Despite a back-to-back, the Bulls have been in excellent form, winning 6 of their last 9 games, and they will be trying to keep their winning streak going after defeating the Lakers 115-110 at home. The Bulls are scoring 108.3 points per game on 46.5% shooting while allowing 105.7 points per game on 44.8% shooting and 36.2% shooting from three-point range. They are also collecting 43.2 rebounds per game. Take Houston at plus 9.5. The next game is Oklahoma City Thunder versus Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have been in excellent form, winning 10 of their previous 12 games, but they will be seeking to rebound after a 105-100 home setback to the struggling Trailblazers yesterday night. The Grizzlies had a bad shooting night and were rebounded by 18. Memphis has lost back-to-back games and is averaging 4 points less than the national average in this place. The Grizzlies are averaging 111.1 points on 45.3% shooting while allowing 108.7 points on 45.8% shooting and 37.3% shooting from three-point range. They also average 47.1 rebounds per game. Thunder have lost 11 of their last 14 games, but they will be trying to keep their hot streak going in this one following a stunning 104-103 home triumph against the Clippers. They've won 4 of their last 6 games and are in the top half of defensive efficiency during that time, allowing 110.4 points per 100 possessions. They are scoring 99.1 points per game on 41.3% shooting while allowing 108.1 points per game on 44.8% shooting and 36.7% shooting from beyond the arc. They are also grabbing 45.8 rebounds per game. Thunder has the advantage here in terms of rest. Play Oklahoma City Thunder at plus 8.5. The next game is Charlotte Hornets versus Utah Jazz. The Hornets have lost 8 of their last 11 games and will be looking to end a 2-game losing streak after being pounded by the Suns in a 137-106 away setback. With 115.1 points per 100 possessions on this trip, the Hornets are in 5th place in offensive efficiency. The Hornets allowed 127.4 points per 100 possessions during this time span, putting them worst in defensive efficiency. They are averaging 115.3 points per game on 46.2% shooting, allowing 117.3 points per game on 47.5% shooting, and allowing 36.1% shooting from three-point range, while collecting 43.3 rebounds per game. After a back-to-back 109-103 home loss to the Washington Wizards, Utah has won its previous 2 games. The Jazz have given up an average of 116.2 points per 100 possessions in those losses. They are scoring 115.6 points per game on 48.1% shooting while allowing 105.1 points on 44.4% shooting and 32.4% shooting from beyond the arc. They are also grabbing 46.7 rebounds per game. With a push, Jazz has won 7 of 10 games. Charlotte won 8 out of 10 games with a push. Play Jazz and Hornets over 232.5 points. The next game is Sacramento Kings vs Golden State Warriors. The Kings have been in a funk, having dropped 4 of their last 6 games, but they'll be aiming to keep their momentum going in this one after defeating the Spurs 121-114 at home. For the Kings, it's a back-to-back. The Kings are averaging 111.3 points per game on 45.4% shooting while allowing 114.4 points per game on 46.6% shooting and 35.2% shooting from three-point range. They are also collecting 45.1 rebounds per game. After a 119-100 road loss to the Toronto Raptors, the Warriors finished their road trip with 3 wins out of 5. Golden State's defensive efficiency at home is the best in the league, allowing 98.5 points per 100 possessions. At home, Warriors has gone under in 10 of 15 games. They are scoring 111.4 points per game on 46.9% shooting while allowing 101.1 points per game on 42.5% shooting and 32.6% shooting from three-point range. They are also collecting 46.9 rebounds per game. Play this game under 225.5 points. The last game for today is San Antonio Spurs vs Los Angeles Clippers. With their 121-114 road loss to the Sacramento Kings on Sunday, San Antonio has now lost 5 of their last 8 games. They are averaging 109.6 points per game on 46.9% shooting while allowing 110.4 points per game on 46.5% shooting and 36.9% shooting from three-point range. They are also collecting 45 rebounds per game. For the Spurs, this is a back-to-back situation. After a 0-2 road trip, the Clippers return home. They are coming off a 104-103 loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder on the road. This defeat occurred after a 2-day break. Paul George hasn't played in the previous 5 games. In those 5 games, the Clippers were a middle-of-the-pack offensive and defensively. They are averaging 106 points per game on 45.1% shooting while allowing 104.9 points per game on 44.3% shooting and 33.8% shooting from three-point range. They are also collecting 44 rebounds per game. Take Spurs at plus 5.5. Guys, that would be all. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter. See you tomorrow.